Hi guys, hi. Okay, so I haven't done a whole lot of updating on the Strawbale Garden, and so I'm like, I need to get on here and do that. I'm kind of like ready for going to bed, to be honest. But the best time to transplant is in the early hours or late afternoon hours. It's just not as harsh on the plants. And today I'm going to put in the Goji Berry. Let's see if I can find a spot to set this here. Quick. So, you see me okay. So the Goji Berry, right here, plant, is super awesome, full of antioxidants. I have not had that many Goji Berries, but they do a lot of them dried, kind of like raisins. And the first step was to just soak the roots and everybody in there for a couple hours, and it's been in there for a little while. Where did I put my shovel? I think it's way over there, guys. Hold on. We'll go get my shovel real quick, and then I'll kind of show you like how the rest of the garden is doing too before we put the Goji Berry into his home, her. He hasn't guessed until he produces some fruit, and we'll go with her, whatever. So I can't really turn it once I got my gloves on, so I have to do it from these cameras. So we've got, let's see here, peppers. More peppers. They're different types of peppers. We've got our tomatoes. And I've got some Greek oregano here and some chives over here. But that's not all. I just kind of showed you in the middle of it. This guy's supposed to help keep birds away. I guess because of the constant motion. So we've got squash. More squash. They're on day 3 of the transplant. And some of them, like, I was really concerned that they weren't going to make it. And especially day 2. They looked pretty bad. Like, kind of like me when I scratched myself earlier. But yeah, they seem to be doing better. Like, I'm getting new growth. They're looking promising. So, here's one of the strawberry plants. See, I'm expecting to get some runners, and I'm hoping they're going to go along the sides here. Uh-oh. You'll see my hay, which I actually got instead of straw, is growing. I've gotten rid of that growth once, but I'll probably have to do it again. So here's more squash, and like you can see, so these were the old leaves when I first transplanted. Those were the primary leaves, and these little guys were just kind of curled up. So now they've unfurled, and you got those little guys down there that are curled up. So eventually these are going to come off. I just don't really want to trim them yet and kind of like traumatize them more, since they're getting used to the transplant already. So then we got the tomato. This one is not doing so well. Kind of thinking I may need to put some water and stuff on that guy. It's not doing so well. I don't know why that one, of all of them, is not doing so well. Like some of the ones that I thought for sure they were going to die are coming back. And then this one, I thought for sure was going to be fine. It's not doing that great. So we have red bell peppers here. And see, this is that white mold I was talking about. I have to spray them again. So I got this, like, I don't know if you can see it really well. But there's right in there, that white fuzzy stuff. Yeah, I gotta spray that down again with, what was it? The solution was dish soap and something else. I can't remember what it was though right now. I'll have to look that up again. But there's the other strawberries. They're doing really well. Some more tomatoes. Seems to be doing pretty good. Just getting the idea that it has some support there. The rosemary seems to be trying to hide from the sun. I think that's what it's doing. It might not want as much sun as I have given it. I put it in a position where it's got full sun most of the day. So it may not like that position so much. Hey, check out my owl. That's my owl to scare off the birds too. But you see, it's most of these pepper plants that are getting these white mold on it. It's almost primarily the pepper plants, and I think it may have been where they were at the nursery that they got it from, which I'm just hoping it doesn't spread then. So that's why I'm treating it. And I'll have to post what that is later, what the stuff is that you use on it. But check out my little eggplant. Look, he's gonna be an eggplant. And then there's some more flowers growing in there and right in there. So I'm really excited about those. I love eggplant. And I'm also really excited about, like, I didn't transplant this tomato bush because it's kind of a bush right now. It's gotten so big and it seems to be doing so well. And when I went to go take the parsley out to transplant, I discovered they had intermingled their roots. So the parsley, basil, and let's see, right now we've got the curled parsley. I have basil. Over here, you can barely see them, is garlic. There's more garlic. And I just know they're all over under there. They're just like in there everywhere. There's a mint over there. And then there's this gorgeous tomato plant. I hope you guys can see all that. I'm not able to see what you're seeing. Oh, that one looks a bolt. I'm gonna have to pluck you. And then the green onions, they were not accustomed to being outside. So they were getting used to it, getting used to being in dirt. But they're doing pretty well considering. This one I thought for sure was going to be dead. His little throat was slit. They was like barely attached to the part that has the roots. So I just kind of put him together and stuck him in the dirt. Hoped that he would come back. And right now it looks like he's developing new baby leaves. So it's good. And then right over here I have, this is more garlic actually. That's more garlic. And then right here, this is my curry. I love my curry. And my lavender. My lavender doesn't seem to be doing fantastically well. I don't know why. I have to look into more on how to care for lavender because it's just, I need to find out where to put her, where she'll do best and who to commingle with. All right, so now let's get our goji berry planted. I'm hanging out right there so you can see me well enough with the sun being where it is. I'm going to put the goji berry right in the center of this because it's supposedly going to get very large. So I wanted to have lots of space to go. And then I'm going to have to put support around it too. So that it feels like it's got, plenty of space. I got this shovel at the dollar store. I think that my pry bar I had before would be better. And I'm not kidding. I use the pry bar. Hold that thought. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do it. You see my pry bar? Maybe you can really see much. It looks super dark. I don't like that. I don't like how that's coming out. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Let me show you my potatoes. I just noticed them. Check it out. Time to cover them some more. Those are all potatoes. And then this one has potatoes. You can see the little holes. Those are where the potato seeds went, which are essentially just bits of potatoes that have eyes on them. I just cut off different ones to make sure that it had at least 1 or 2 eyes on every part and then shoved them down there. So really simple for potatoes. Now, let me show you here. Shove that in, open that up. It'll take a little bit more work. I gotta dig, so I do have to set this down. Hopefully the sun's moved enough that we can keep it focused and lit well enough for you to see what it is I'm actually doing. Excuse my house shorts. All right. Let's see. House/river shorts. I'm going to pull out a bit of this just to make sure we got a nice deep spot for the roots to go into. And here we go. Oh wow, like that. Okay, so I'm gonna take the same soil that was in and put it down there so it's kind of a familiar base. And then just take my goji berry here and start to cover that in and fill that with the straw I had. Last time I was doing this, I had my helper who was giving me soil, but my helper did not want to come outside today. So where is my soil? I'm gonna have to grab the soil. Bear with me 1 second. Well, you know what, here we go. I got lots here too. There we go. All right. Goji Berry is planted. Like my tools? Okay, so you have now seen my little Strawbale garden, which I do have a couple of pots full of stuff as well, because, you know, you gotta work with what you got. You know, when it comes to gardening, urban gardening, you do what you can, and you just start where you can and go from there. It's not something you need to feel panicked or concerned about. You just do what you can and go from there. Get one Strawbale if you have to, start from that. And so we got a bunch of pallets right now that we're talking about building raised beds or something with. We haven't quite decided yet. And we got this little thing over here that helps us move the decorative rock out of the way so that we're not burying it or causing issues. We do want to make sure that we're leaving this house in an excellent condition, because we are renters, and you do have to make sure you have permission before doing anything like this if you are a renter. I did get permission to add gardening and all kinds of stuff to the back area and for my yard, so they were like, yeah, absolutely, go for it. Let me show you my little neighbor over here who likes to come over and say hello. You can probably hear already. Hey, dude. What are you doing? I know. He wants Sammy to come outside and play. I know it. I know it. He can't get over the fence to play with her, but he thinks it would be great fun if she could just come outside and play. Well, anyway, the thing that moves the rocks. I'm sorry. It's the big dig. Every single boy in this household, from largest to smallest, thinks that thing is the greatest thing in the freaking world. Cool. Sweet. Christmas and birthdays all combined in one, guys. That wasn't that expensive. My favorite thing. Best Valentine's Day gift ever. Well, the knife was pretty good too.